Good morning. How are you all? I hope you're well. I hope you've not been blown away by these savage winds. Good morning. My name is Phil Earle, and it is my absolute pleasure and delight and honour to be here this morning with Mr. J, one of our very finest comic book illustrators and authors. He is the author of course, the magnificent Bunny vs. Monkey and Bunny vs. Monkey and the Human Invasion. And of course, Supersonic Eye, and another book, of course, but my son has hidden it somewhere in the deep depths, untidiness of his rooms. Jimmy's also, there it is. I knew you'd be on brand. Lushkin, which we'll be talking a little bit about in a minute, but also the fabulous Flember novels as well. So it's an absolute joy for me to be here this morning, and we are going to spend the next hour just chatting, but predominantly drawing, and drawing with you. And this is your event, so we want you to be involved. So what we would love you to do is there's a chat function. If you have responsible or even irresponsible adults with you, they will show you how the chat function works, or you probably know and you probably have to show them. But if you want to ask Jamie a question at any point during this session, all you have to do is pop it in the chat. We're also going to be doing plenty of draw-alongs. So all your suggestions for what we might draw, it would be brilliant if you could put them in the chat. We've already got Helen James is already saying hello, and Shwada and Jessica and Ollie. It's happening already. So the other thing that we are going to do this morning is that Jamie would absolutely love to see the drawings that you're doing. So again, if your adult has Twitter, get yourself onto Twitter, and we can use the hashtag there that Jamie has put up the top there, draw with Jamie. If you can put your pictures up there with that hashtag, I can share them on screen so everybody, especially Jamie, can see. So, Jamie, good morning, mate. Oh, I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Right. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, dear boy. Good morning.
Does it sound all right? Does it echo at all? Because we were messing about with it earlier and it wasn't quite working.
It sounds fine and dandy to me.
Cool. Hello.
Good morning.
Sorry about that.
Very nice to see you. Thank you for this. So, do you want to give everyone a little sort of teaser about who you are, what you do, talk about anything about Bunny or Lushkin or anything? Go. Tell us what you want to tell us.
Hey, hello everyone. Thank you for your hello messages. I've seen them all pop up already. Yeah, I'm Jamie Smart. I draw comics. I've been drawing comics for years and years and years, about 20 years probably. I draw mainly for the Phoenix comic, which I draw Bunny vs. Monkey and Lushkin and Megalomaniacs, which is my new one. But I also write books like Flember. Basically, I make things. I come up with characters and I put them down on a page, and then I them out into the world. And hopefully people enjoy them. Hopefully they're funny and silly, and yeah, that's what I like doing. I like silly, ridiculous farting characters.
Don't we all?
That's me. I mean, I don't think I can elaborate on that at all. I could go into a big speech about how, you know, how my career is and all the thought processes, but really I just like drawing cute things farting, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I think we should all be drawing that.
Yes, all art should be about that. So where do you want to start today then? Should we do some drawing together? I think that would be a beautiful thing.
I had a few things in mind that I thought maybe I could show you how to draw some of my characters, and then I thought at the end we were talking about some ideas we could have of getting some suggestions from everyone who's watching to join in, and we could all be doing this stuff together. But if I start off and I draw some Bunny vs. Monkey characters, and if people watching at home want to join in and draw them and post them up, that'd be brilliant as well. I thought, since the new book is the Supersonic Eye, that it might be good to draw Eye. There is actually a guide in the book about how to draw Eye. We always do little drawing guides for some of the characters. But obviously when you're looking at it on a page, it's different to when someone's actually talking you through it or you're watching them draw it live. So I thought, let's have a go, and maybe you might pick up a few tips and learn how to do it this way. And Eye's very, very, very easy to draw as well, which is always a bonus. So excuse me, I'll move my pad. Right. Shall I draw in? So often I use two different things. I will use a pencil most of the time to draw my things in rough, and then I either use a pen or I use brush and ink, or whatever's to hand. Today I'm going to use a pen. So I will start with the most basic shape, which is eyes, head, which is a circle. I tend to draw a lot of my characters are either circle heads or square heads. So if we just start like that, so everyone can draw a circle.
Yeah, when you say that.
Well, I was just going to say, often when I draw circles, I do mess it up. Like when I draw a monkey's head, the circle's always a bit squished, so I have to rub it out and do it again and do it again. So when I say everyone can draw circles, I can't always draw circles, but I managed to nail it this time. What I will often do as well, which you might have seen if you've ever seen any of my drawing guides before, whether in the books or in videos, I tend to use this kind of cross shape, which I put on the face to try and help me work out which direction the character is going to be looking. And I'll often bulge it just a little bit, like on a circle. Can you see that? Is that
yep
sharp enough? So I'm just doing that in pencil because I'm going to rub that out later.
Okay.
And so this tells me where I can put the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. So, for example, this horizontal line, I'll put the eyes, which are just two straight lines like that. The nose, I'll put where these two pencil lines cross. And then underneath that, I can just draw a great big mouth. And then,
can I ask you a question about the eyes?
Yeah.
Is it because like eyes often will give away a lot of expression, won't they? Do you know what I mean? Is it limiting if you use lines? What are can you show us as we go through ways of getting around sort of emotion if you're just using?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely. Well, yeah, drawing straight lines like in Bunny vs Monkey for the eyes, they are quite limiting. Often when you draw cartoons, you'll tend to draw like a bulgy eye like that, because that's easy, because then you can do a lot of expressions with them. There you go, instantly they're frowning or whatever. So when you've got straight lines, like all the Bunny vs Monkey characters, you do need to use certain tricks to get around it. One of the main things I use is eyebrows. So for example, I could give Eye a kind of determined look like that by a couple of eyebrows. But equally, you can do other things. You can make her eyes like that if she was going to be happy. Let me just draw her head around it, you see. So that still works with the line.
Yeah.
Or if she's looking kind of nonplussed and not impressed by what someone's saying, those curved lines can go down. And there she's just listening, kind of, I don't really believe what you're saying.
Yeah.
If she's if she ran into a tree or something, for example, her eyes would kind of scrunch up like that. So yeah, so
God, it's so simple, kind of but it works, doesn't it?
It does, and then they're stock eyes. So what I'll do is I have like these 4 or 5 different ways of doing eyes, and I'll just put them in to fit every situation. And they seem to work. They've worked so far. I've not drawn a situation where I couldn't get her eyes to. The only problem with Bunny vs Monkey eyes is that you can't make them look directionally. So when you draw bulgy eyes like this, you can obviously move the pupil around the bulge. With these, you can't. So with Bunny vs Monkey, I tend to just turn their heads as a whole, or kind of tilt them if they're looking up or down. And that's the easiest way to get around. Because obviously, when you're drawing comics, you can cheat it. You can come up with your own devices to kind of cheat how you're doing these things.
Love it.
You get away with it. So yeah, so we've got Eye looking kind of mischievous or determined here. We need a little peak of hair at the top, just a little triangle, and another one at the side. Although this peak turns into sort of a tuft like that.
Well, that's a bit Sonic. That's a bit Sonic-esque, isn't it?
It is a little bit. Shh, don't give away your secret. And then ears. She has ears. So normally eyes, ears kind of look a bit like this. They're kind of like triangles, but they curve. But if I was running, I think we'd have her running instead of standing still. It would be more fun to kind of tilt them a bit, so as if her ears are kind of flapping behind her as she runs.
Yeah.
like this, and then another ear here. And then we have her kind of black fur on the outside of them. And then she also has a little kind of tear in one of her ears. But I always forget which ear it is. That is the right ear. I had to check. But yeah, I've been drawing her for years and years and years, and I still don't remember which ear to draw the tear in.
I'm surprised you don't
So
get
that's her ear.
readers sending you messages saying that you've got it wrong, Jamie. Wrong ear, mate.
I had one reader some years ago tell me that I'd stopped drawing pig's nose on him, and he liked it when I drew pig's nose. And then ever since then, I've just always remembered to put pig's nose on because they were right. They were completely right. It changed the character. We could draw the body now. So we've done the head, and it would be really cool if everyone could post up their pictures of eye that they've drawn so far. But we need the body as well. So I would always start with the main body shape, which is kind of like a lump underneath. I don't know how else to describe that. It's not quite a square. It's kind of like a bag of beans or something. It's a lump
Yep.
like that. And she has a kind of stomach fur that's light color, and then the fur around it is black. So she looks like that. Arms, we tend to do sort of sausage shapes. So I'd have one coming out like that. So tell me if I'm going too quickly or anything on this.
Do you always tend to go in the same order? Like, like when you're drawing, I mean, I know you can't do the arms before you've done the body, but when you're drawing a character's face, do you always go in the same order? You always start with the eyes and
Yeah.
mouth?
Yeah, you tend to. You the only thing I need to know when I'm starting to draw something is which direction I want them to look in, and then that will dictate which way the head tilts. And then once I know that, then I can put the eyes and the mouth and things like that on there. So yeah, you tend to develop, and everyone will draw it differently though. Like every artist has their own style, so we'll all do these things in different ways. But just for me, it works best to do it that way.
So there's no right and wrong way.
No right and wrong at all. And if anyone tells you that, they are wrong. Because if you want to be an artist, you can draw however you want, and no one can tell you that you're doing it wrong, because that's the joy of it. We all have different styles.
Juliet has said, can you just go a little bit slower? So should we just have a very quick pause, because people are starting to post stuff already? So shall I bring a few up to show you? You happy?
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Let me bring a few up. 1 second. Share that screen. So let's just scroll down quickly. So Cynical Monkey was there ready on the dot, ready to draw, which I just loved, and he's even got a title at the top. It's very ordered, beautiful.
Fantastic.
This is Rowan's favourite that they've done before.
2 pigs, a pig under each arm. Love it.
This is great. Look at this. The beginnings of eyes starting there already.
Fantastic.
Matt says, let's go.
Yeah,
and he's got his Phoenix there. He's on brand. Look at him with his Phoenix comic right next to him.
Oh, wow. What are these? That's amazing.
Gandalf and Clive, Lushkin style.
Oh, they look fantastic. And you see how they've drawn the eyes as well. It really works on the character.
It really does.
Yeah.
Here's Rowan and Sammy, prepped with snacks and sketchbooks.
Yes, snacks are always important.
What is the snack of choice for you?
Biscuits. Always biscuits.
Any
Too
particular
many biscuits? No. Any biscuits.
All biscuits. Look at this. Here's Dylan. Dylan, who's 5, giving it his best. That looks fantastic.
That's brilliant, Dylan. Well done. That's amazing.
The author, L.D. Lipinski, saying that Draw with Jamie is in full swing.
Hey. Oh, that looks cool. Oh, yeah, I can see it now.
Been kicked as well by the looks of it. Okay, let's go back to the drawing, because that should have given people a bit of time to catch up. Okay.
Yeah, so we're here. So there's not actually that much to finish off here on night. We need. She's got one arm out here. We can do another arm kind of poking out. With this style of drawing, you can, as I say, cheat quite a lot. So obviously, if you thought about it, that arm would have to be crazy long to meet her body. So it wouldn't physically work, but you can absolutely cheat it and just pretend that it does. So there she's got one arm kind of outstretched, going for it. Next, we should do some feet. All the feet in Bunny vs. Monkey are circles, basically. They're very, very easy. We don't even draw the legs. I never draw legs in Bunny vs. Monkey. They're just circles. So I'd put a circle at the front here, colour it in black. She's got black feet. And then I would.
So you're even getting away with not having to draw the leg as well, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? It looks like there's a leg there. To your eye, you're saying, oh, there's a leg and a foot, but all you're actually drawing is the foot.
It makes it so much easier. I draw some characters with legs, like I draw human characters. Sometimes in Bunny vs. Monkey and in Lucian, I'll draw humans, and you have to draw the legs. But even then, I don't draw the shoes on them. I just kind of draw it all as one fixed shape. And I'll be completely honest, that comes through laziness. Like I don't want to draw legs anatomically correct. I want to draw things cute and easy, and I think that's something that's quite important to bear in mind when you're drawing cartoons, that you don't have to draw like crazy detail on things. You don't have to get it absolutely right. You can just make it as simple as possible. And if it works, if you're enjoying drawing it, then that's all you need. So this is how I've ended up with the Bunny vs. Monkey style. It's slowly simplifying things right down until they're basic parts. So I just literally has a circle for a foot. And that's all I need, and it carries it off, fortunately.
So how many panels can you do a week, mate? How many panels do you need to do a week? Because the Phoenix comic comes out every week. How quickly do you need to turn stuff around?
It depends. I can usually draw a couple of pages in a day, so you get between 9 or 12 panels on a page. So if I really push it, I can do 2 pages a day, and then I'll send it off to Sammy or John, like one of my brilliant colorists, and then they'll do all the colors for it. So yeah, at the moment in the Phoenix, I tend to be doing about 4 pages a week. So that works quite well for me, because then I can spend some of the week drawing comics, and then some of the week either writing books or putting the Bunny vs. Monkey books together, because they need front covers and extra bits inside them and things like that. So yeah,
because Flember's a very different thing, isn't it? Because Flember, of course, although they're really heavily illustrated, like this, they are novels. Do you have to almost put like a different head on when you start to work on things like Flember, or is it still far?
Yeah, no, it's a very different head. And when I started writing novels, I stupidly went in thinking, oh, I can write stories because I draw comics. So obviously it's the same thing, and it's not the same thing at all. I found it so hard, and I have such huge respect for proper authors like yourself who actually know how to write books. It's incredibly hard, or at least it was for me. And so when kids say to me, I don't know how to come up with ideas, I don't know how to tell stories, I completely sympathize, because writing I found difficult, and it's only practicing and rewriting all the books that I've actually got to a point where I feel a lot more comfortable now. I feel comfortable writing as well as drawing. I feel like I can tell the stories in the way that I can see them in my head. So yeah, it's been a long learning process, but it's definitely different. Good. I would say.
Yeah, it's nice to have a challenge. Let me share you some more work that people have done, because there's some beauties. Let's just go up to the top. So Fraser says the babes are sleeping. There's a cuppa in his hand and he's loving this. I'm guessing that's his work, not his 3-year-old's, but excellent work either way, Fraser. Very good. Looks like I in Love as well, which is nice.
Nice.
Look at that. What do you think of them?
They're amazing. Look at the motion going on there, the action. That's fantastic. That's taken what like my style and started to develop it into their own style. And that's what you should be doing as an artist. You should look at the artists you like and then go off and develop what they're doing into your own style. And that's brilliant. I love that.
And we always talk about that with writing. It's like if someone else's ideas or style is brilliant, then you should always nick it. Teachers call it magpieing, but basically it's theft. But it's okay as long as you give it a twist. Here's one. Beck is really enjoying it, mate.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's really good. Love it. Love the expression.
And Atticus, one of the greatest names. Look at that.
That's very cool. That
That's
is very cool.
and he's used the crosses really well there, really effectively, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, let's.
Cool.
Is there anything else to add on I before
Yes,
we?
just Eye's tail,
Of
which
course.
is I don't know how to describe the shape of Eye's tail. It's kind of like a blob of cream. It comes out like this, and then goes in like that, and that's literally it.
Oh.
That is her tail. I think you just have to make that bit up yourself. One thing that's important when I draw Bunnyverse Monkey characters, and they're running, for example, or they're moving like I is, I don't tend to draw motion lines underneath their legs, which a lot of artists do and can work really well. I tend to draw them kind of static, as if they've been photographed in midair. So to help show that they're kind of in midair, I would tend to just draw a little squiggle to show the ground is underneath them. So yeah, so you can see that they're running along. Might also draw a little smoke or kind of a dust trail behind her just to show that she's been running in that direction. And yeah, that's I.
That's amazing.
That's
Someone just made a really good point in the chat. Let me just find it. I think it was Shadra, I think, said like the tail is like half a mustache, which is really true, isn't it?
It is like half a mustache. I'm going to remember that next time I'm
That's
drawing.
great.
Thank you.
Isabel has asked, how do you come up with Skunky's inventions?
Actually, I wanted to talk about that a bit later. There are a few techniques. Yeah, can we? That's a whole segment that I thought we could do at the end of this workshop. So yeah, we will touch on that definitely.
Okay. The other thing that's come up, and you might not want to do it now, but Wayne Gibbons has said, draw Harry Potter in a Bunny versus Monkey style, which I thought was quite a nice idea. Which character in Bunny versus Monkey would be the most like Harry Potter?
I don't know, Weenie maybe. I can picture the voice being quite similar. I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. I'd have to get some rights forms signed.
Give it some thought. We've opened a can of worms here because Lois Lyons has said, please draw Darth Vader, but then Helen says Skunky Vader, and so it's all
Skunky.
going.
Oh,
Yeah,
Darth Skunky. Yeah, I've drawn a few Bunnyverse Monkey pictures here and there which have like Star Wars characters in them and things, but they're just, you know, when people have asked me to do commissions. So I've played around with those ideas, but I don't think I'll be allowed to put them in the comic, unfortunately.
Jago asks an interesting one. He says, can you make a Bunny versus Monkey map of the woods?
Oh, that would be really cool. Yeah, have we done that before? No, I don't think we've done anything like that before. That would look really cool. I think it's quite nice in my head to know that there's nothing set at the moment, so that if I, for example, have Skunky blowing up something on a mountain beside Bunny's house down in the woods, if I drew a map and those things weren't together, then people might go, oh, but those things aren't together, so how's that happening? So it allows me to cheat all the locations if I don't draw a map. But I agree, I think that would be a fun idea. There might be some way of doing it in the future, definitely.
Let me just show you one more that's just coming on screen, which is brilliant. This is actually a really very old dear friend of mine who I think is in Barcelona. This is Hillary's little boy, Dylan, saying Dylan's getting going here and loving it so far. Wow. And there's a great looking eye.
That's beautiful. Wow, that's brilliant. Really cool.
Excellent. Okay, now someone asked a question here which might lead us very nicely onto the next character to draw, which... I just need to try and find who it was. Someone asked the question, would you have Lushkin as a pet?
No. Why would anyone do that? No. Lushkin, you'd go out for the day and your house would be burnt down and there'd be bees everywhere. Why would you have Lushkin as a pet? That would be crazy.
So is that the wonderful thing about coming up with Lushkin, the fact that he's just anarchy, he's chaos in cat form?
I've always found when you come up with the characters that they always say write what you know. So you always come up with better characters if they draw on a part of your own personality. And Lushkin, I think, is all the things that I would love to do if I had the nerve to do them. If I was brave enough or stupid enough or reckless enough. you know, driving a train through the living room or things like that. That'd be super fun to do, but obviously you'd never do that in real life. So yeah, that's the ideas come quite easily because there are all these things that I would like to do in real life.
I know a lot of people that are on the call will already know about Lushkin, but do you want to tell people just a little bit about him? I mean, there are already 2 books available, and then we're taking these 2 books, aren't we? And we're sticking them into one beautiful book that looks like that, which is coming out in April, which is going to be crazy.
Buying most of the stuff in the first 2 books, but we've kind of repackaged it a bit, so it kind of has this diary format almost. Like I've done some new artwork to go inside it. And it's like a week in the life of Lushkin, essentially. Lushkin, if anyone doesn't know, is a blue cat who is adopted by this family, this unwitting family. And Lushkin is just crazy. He runs around destroying things, blowing things up, filling things full of jelly. But he doesn't do it maliciously. Like, he's not trying to cause trouble. He's just trying to amuse himself, and he has no idea really of how much damage he's leaving behind him. So he's fun to watch because there's no malice there. There's no anger. He's not trying to hurt anyone. It's just that it's happening because of all the fun he's having. So yeah, Lushkin's awesome fun to draw. Shall I draw him now? Actually,
yeah, just make it. Listen, I just got to tell you some of the things that are going. The chat is going absolutely crazy. The number of people that are typing "danger sausage" into. So we've got Poogie Poog Poog, Cheesy Puss Nuke, Danger Sausage, Piggy Pog Pog. It's all kicking off.
Have you got book 2 there, Phil? Lushkin book 2. I saw you
hold
it up. Can you find the Danger Sausage poster in there? There's a page that has a poster of Danger Sausage. I haven't got it with me.
1 second.
That might just show everyone what we're looking at. I mean, I can show you how to draw Danger Sausage, but that's pretty easy.
Go on, do that while I find the poster.
Okay. I'm just going to draw a quick sausage shape. Right, just in pencil to help myself. Right, let's go. So there's an eye here. There's an eye there. Yeah, that's Danger Sausage.
I found him.
Which is just a sausage with 2 eyes. So there, we've just drawn basically a sausage shape with 2 eyeballs. He has the bit pinched at the top and the bit pinched at the bottom. And that's it. That's Danger Sausage. Like, there's not a lot more to him. He has no expression. He doesn't scream or shout or anything like that. It's a sausage with 2 googly eyes stuck on. That's Danger Sausage.
There he is. Beautiful. Okay, let's go.
I'll draw Lushkin as well. Maybe he could be chasing the sausage. So Lushkin has kind of a round head as well, but it's not quite a circle. It's almost oval, but not quite. Lushkin is one character that I often have to keep redrawing to get him right because the head shape, the head is such an important sort of shape. So that's the kind of circle I'm talking about. It's kind of a circle, but it's squashed down a little bit at the top and the bottom. Yeah. Once again, I will do the little cross in pencil just to help me work out. Let's have him chasing Danger Sausage. And once again, I will do the same sort of eyes. Lushkin and Bunny vs. Monkey have the same eyes. And then I'll draw a little triangle for the nose. Again, triangles for the ears, but Lushkin's ears are pointed triangles rather than bulging. So they come out like that. So as you can see, his head is basically 3 basic shapes. It's a kind of oval and 2 triangles. And then you just put his face on, a couple of eyes, a nose. Let's draw a different kind of mouth. So often with Lushkin, I like to draw just a straight line for his mouth because it shows that he's not quite with us. He's thinking about other things. And then I might draw some teeth there, but I'll keep his mouth closed, and then I'll just draw some little creases under the teeth to show he's kind of chewing his bottom lip. Again, we could have him running, so we could draw the little curved body underneath. So that's him running. Shall I just move this up a bit? And I think here we do arms. Maybe we do arms stretching out towards Danger Sausage, so he would. Lushkin's arms are very different from Bunny versus Monkey. Lushkin's arms, well, Bunny versus Monkey's arms are kind of sausages. They're kind of little podgy little danger sausage almost shapes. Lushkin's arms are straight. They are straight lines. And they can kind of stretch out a lot more. You can play around with the physics of them more than you can Bunny vs Monkey. So you see I've drawn a very long arm here coming out from his body. His fingers are kind of this squiggle basically at the end of them. Now, obviously he has two arms. So to draw the second arm, which is behind his head, we obviously haven't got a lot of room. So I would tend to draw it in shadow, which is again another sort of cheat where you're just drawing it darker. So you don't need to, be able to see that, because Lushkin's a blue cat, so he would have a blue arm. But if his other arm is in the background, then it can be thrown into shadow and you can, again, kind of cheat it a little bit.
But it's brilliant, right? Just like that black arm, that arm in shadow, it's coming out the side of his head, but it's not. It looks completely like it's attached to his body. It's brilliant.
You can read what it is. Once you know what the style is, once you know what you're looking at, your brain starts to pick up these little cheats that the artist has done and just go along with it quite easily. So yeah, it works quite well. Again, I'll do feet, similar to eyes, just two circles. I might do a little shadow under his arm here, just to give him a bit of mass. He too has a kind of stomach, like a little curved line for the fur of his stomach. And then lastly, I would just draw a tail, and his tail's kind of like that, kind of like a jagged drain pipe. It's a kind of zigzag shape with a little cross at the end. And then, like I said before, just a little squiggle underneath to show he's running. What I often do with Lushkin as well is his face can give him a certain expression, but Lushkin doesn't tend to have eyebrows. Like in Bunny vs Monkey, where I would do eyebrows to show their expressions. Lushkin doesn't tend to have eyebrows. I don't tend to put them on him. I'm not entirely sure why, but they don't work quite as well. So around Lushkin, I will often do his emotions as kind of shapes or squiggles around his head. So I'll show you, for example, here I might just draw exclamation marks above his head to show that he's alert or he's alarmed or he's chasing something. If Lushkin was worried, I might draw these kind of sweat drops coming out. If Lushkin was excited about something or chasing something like he is here, I might draw these kind of squiggles.
And again, you work it out, don't you? As the reader, you work out really quickly what that means,
And they're very basic shapes, and you can do other things as well. So you can do like kind of swirls, like if you just banged his head or something and he's feeling dizzy, he would have all these swirls around. Or you could do stars. The most obvious one that you've probably seen in a lot of cartoons is heart shapes. So if he was in love with anyone or anything, he would have these hearts around his head. So there are lots of different shapes you can put around to show what he's thinking.
It's almost like using an emoticon, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it's very much so. It's again a very simple shape, so just simplifying everything down as much as possible.
I'm gonna put some more up on screen, mate, if you don't mind, because there's so many good ones coming in. Let me just go up to the top and refresh it. Okay, let's just refresh. Okay, so here's Gideon's.
Oh, that is brilliant already. Wow, that's really cool.
He really looks like he's chewing his lip there as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
I don't know who this is, but they say, "We love Lushkin." What's he saying?
Give me the cookies now. Yeah, that's Lushkin. That's Lushkin.
Oh, these are good as well. Who's this? This is impressive.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
They're really good, aren't they? Okay, let's just scroll down again. Atticus again. He's on fire.
Thank you, Atticus. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Really cool.
Here's Charlie's.
Very, very cool.
Looks like he's almost like burning the ground up behind him, doesn't he?
Yeah, I love the smoke behind. That's brilliant.
Here's Jago illustration. Says, here's Danger Mouse and Lushkin.
Very cool. Very cool.
And here's Noah drawing Lushkin chasing a cloaked danger sausage.
Oh, intriguing. That's amazing. Thank you, everyone, for joining along. This is brilliant to see. This is really cool.
And there's
I'm going to draw.
Matthew's
I'm going to.
robot danger sausage.
That's a good idea. Has there been a robot danger? I don't think there has yet. There will be one day. I draw a robot version of everything eventually. I'm just going to draw very, very quickly because I saw someone ask for a Mr. Fogbert. And Mr. Fogbert, if people don't know, I'll try and find a Mr. Fogbert. Let's quickly. Oh no, I can't find one. Just when you need me. Oh, there he is. Right, Mr. Fogbert is. Can you see there? Mr. Fogbert is kind of Lushkin's hand puppet. It's basically a sock with eyes on it. But Mr. Fogbert seems to kind of have a mind of his own. And sometimes Lushkin isn't even controlling him. He just turns up in other places. So I will do this very, very quickly. Let's think about the best way of doing it. I'll do it in pen first. So Mr. Fogbert always has a curved line for his back. And then that curved line comes round like that. So a bit of a weird shape, but you know, not quite the circles and squares that we were doing with the other characters, but you can see straight away this is the shape of his head. I'll just draw another line here and a tongue here. So that's his open mouth. He has eyes, of course. So he has one there. Usually I draw one there, but I think I might draw it the other side of his head there. So that's Mr. Fogbert, and then I'll just draw an arm either side and an arm the other side. I'll just draw a little kind of bow shape for a bow tie. At the bottom, because obviously he's just a sock, so can you see this all right? So his body ends where the end of the sock is, and then you just have Lushkin's arm poking up into him and then curve it off around there. So that's a very, very quick Mr. Fogbert.
He's quite satisfying to draw, isn't he?
He's quite what, sorry?
Satisfying to draw.
Yeah, he is definitely. But as I say, it's quite a weird shape, so it takes a bit of practice to get the shape straight away. But once you've got it, yeah, he's a lot of fun to draw.
He's great.
Very cool. Good. What should we do next?
We've got 20 minutes left, so what do you want to do?
Oh, is that all? Oh, blimey. Okay, I thought we'd have longer. This is too fun. That's the problem. Right. What we could do, should we just go crashing into the kind of final segment and then take some questions and things after that?
Yeah, man.
Should we do that? So what I was thinking, someone asked earlier about coming up with Bunny vs. Monkey inventions. So Skunky comes up with kind of all these mad inventions every week, and they're always kind of slightly different. But what I thought we could do together is come up with an invention just by like spitballing ideas and seeing, look, we could come up with something brand new. And I will show you how I come up with those inventions when we get started. But let me open it up first. So I was going to have a Bunny vs. Monkey character fighting this invention or coming up against this invention. So it's going to be Bunny or Monkey or Weenie or someone fighting this brand new invention that Skunky's come up with. So I was hoping that someone could suggest a Bunny vs. Monkey character that I can put into this. First one to suggest, and I'll do it. Pig. I've seen Pig.
Oh, they're coming in already. Pig? Yeah. See Pig.
Pig, Lucky. Oh, yeah, let's do Pig. Right, so I'm going to draw Pig very quickly, and if you can draw along, that would be fantastic. Let's just do Pig versus. So we know that Pig's going to go up against something. I'm going to draw Pig quite small because I want Pig. So Pig's head is like a square, kind of like a square, but it's curved around the edges. Apologies, I am drawing this a little fast. And he has two little kind of heart shapes for ears on the top. So that's Pig's head. Again, very, very simple shape. Draw two eyes, little smiley face because Pig's enjoying whatever's happening. And his body is again a little lump shape. we're not going to have him running around or doing him. So that's pig. Very, very simple pig. I've forgotten the nose. I said to you earlier, I was told off for not doing the nose. But I've forgotten. Drawn a little triangle for the nose. So pig, whatever he's coming up against, whatever this invention is, he's going to need a weapon. So I was hoping someone could suggest some kind of weapon, like a jelly cannon or like a washing machine full of peas, or I don't know, just something that he can defend himself with.
They're coming in. They're coming in. Oh God. We got a baked bean gun.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's work this one out. So he's going to be holding a gun. So I'm going to draw a little arm next to his head. So that's. Let's have the gun. Let's make it more of a cannon. So I've just drawn that very, very basic gun / cannon shape. What I tend to do with all the weapons in Bunny vs Monkey is I'll draw a kind of laser sight on the top.
Yeah. Which
is just a circle with a cross in it and then a line, because all good cartoon weapons have some means to find what you're firing them at. And then coming out of this, let's draw baked beans. So I'm drawing squiggly lines, kind of like there's a column of baked beans coming out. And then you don't need to obviously draw every baked bean. If you're going to draw every baked bean coming out of this cannon, it's going to take forever. So what I would tend to do is just draw a few of them, just highlight them.
Nice.
So you're not drawing 1,000 baked beans. Obviously, you also want some spilling out, because it's not going to be a finely tuned weapon, this baked bean gun. So you're going to have baked beans flying out everywhere. You'll notice I've kind of stopped halfway. Like obviously these baked beans will go flying across, but I think we need to draw in the invention first, and then draw in the rest of the baked beans hitting them. So we need to come up with an invention. Now, when I tend to do inventions for Skunky often base what he comes up with on animals. So he will draw the piggy pog pog that was in this week's Phoenix, or a chicken that drops stinky eggs, or something like that. So he tends to look at animals and thinks, how can I make that huge and dangerous and turn it into a robot? So what I'd like everyone to suggest first is an animal, and then we will pick an animal and then we will turn it into mad inventions. So can someone suggest an animal? And Phil, again, I will trust you to pick something good.
Oh my God, it's like the chat's going mad. I can't even focus. Someone said a vulture.
Wow, okay.
We can choose something else. Penguin?
No, we can do a vulture. We can do a penguin. We can do whatever everyone wants.
Oh my gosh.
Who suggested tardigrade? I can't draw a tardigrade.
Pandas, otters, cows, beavers, pangolins, velociraptors, chimpanzees.
Pick one for me.
A camel.
A camel. Pick another one.
Otter, cow.
Let's do a cow. Cows are fun. Cows are always fun. Okay, so we have a cow, but now it needs kind of an angle to it. It needs something. It needs to be doing something. So it's obviously going to be huge. It's going to be robotic, and it's going to do something, like it could poo out custard, or it could fire rockets from its nose, or it could. What else could it do? It could split into pieces, or just something. Can someone come up with some kind of special power that it has? This cow. Yeah. So it's going to be a cow.
Someone says they can fart cheese. Julia says a laser butt. So, Catherine says, what was that? It's gone now. Udders. Something about its udders that was really funny. And now it's gone. Someone said flaming udders. Someone said something else, and now it's gone because there's too many. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Flaming udders would be good. Flaming udders would be great.
Okay, let's do that.
Whoever that was. So let's work this out. So I think I want this cow to be kind of floating off the ground. I want it to look quite threatening, like a boss level baddie. So first, I think with a cow, I would draw its body. Now let me again Can you see the pencil line when I draw the pencil? Does it show up clearly enough? Okay, so I'm going to draw this in pencil first because this is slightly more complicated than most Bunny vs. Monkey characters. So that's a cow's body, as far as I'm aware. It's kind of like a bean shape almost, kind of a square bean. Let's draw a head. So again, this is a slightly weird shape.
Like a big baked bean, that.
Yeah, like a big baked bean. So there's the body, there's the head. So what I'm basically doing is I'm drawing in the key elements of this character, and this is how I'll often draw the comics. Drawing the key elements and then come back and put the details in. You don't have to put the details in straight away. So the udders kind of bulge like that, don't they?
Yep.
That's the bulge of the udder, and then each udder, let's just draw 3 udders, come out like that.
Got you.
Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah.
So now I know those basic shapes. I'm going to go back to it in pen, and I'm going to add some details. I've just drawn a little horn here on the cow's head. With an animal, with a creature like this, I can draw bulgy eyes. I don't tend to draw the same eyes as Bunny vs. Monkey. So let's draw some bulgy eyes. Preferably looking in different directions, because that's always more fun. And I'm just going to ink around the head as well. Ink around the pencil lines that I've already done. So there we have a cow's head straight away. He needs nostrils, big nostrils. Could probably put some sort of mouth on it. I might just put a tongue like that. Yeah, nice. Silly little tongue. I could do with ears as well. Just the ears underneath the horns. So that's a very, very basic cow's head. We would draw in the rest of the body like this. And then I'm going to stop there. And I'm going to add his hooves. I'm saying his hooves, but if he has udders, but he has horns as well. Their hooves. The hooves are there. Again, I will put this one in shadow. So kind of, those are the front hooves. Yep. I'm going to go back to the top. Apologies if I'm jumping around the drawing a bit, but when you're drawing a character that is a bit more complicated, this tends to be how I do it. So I'm just drawing in the rest of the body. Now, cows, if I'm drawing a cow, I tend to draw its skin in a certain way, or its fur rather. So I would draw like a splodge on its back just to show it's kind of got this pattern in its fur. It's coloured. You can colour that in as well if you want, just to show it's different. Now it fires flames from its udders, doesn't it? So probably I would just draw a jagged line coming out from that udder and a jagged line coming out from this udder, kind of like lightning. Nice. Coming out from that udder. And then where it hits the ground, again, can you see this? All right, you can see this. It would burst into flames. So just draw mad flames down there. Again, sort of jagged lines and then bits of flame flying off. That looks wicked. So that's the flaming udders. So now I'm going to ink the udders in a little more to make them clearer. Do a little fold there. The udder there. And then I can just finish off the bottom of the body there. We still need back legs for the cow. I think they have kind of horsey kind of thighs like that, don't they, or something? I don't know my cow anatomy very well. And then I'll just draw another one in there and shadow it again, so you can kind of see 4 legs and the udders. I have a little tail coming down, but the one thing we haven't done is finish off Pig's baked bean weapon. So we can just carry on and it can splat against the cow. This is carnage. Whatever's brought about this situation.
We'll be seeing it in next week's Phoenix.
So we may as well just draw a splat all around the cow, like that. And again, just draw a few loose baked beans flying off it.
Uni Bob's Greenwood has said, it looks yummy to eat its beefy body.
It's not supposed to look yummy. It's supposed to be terrifying. All right, let's make it look more terrifying then. Let's draw some mean old eyebrows on the top. Right, and then
that's crazy. Like 3 lines completely changed the expression on that face.
Oh yeah, it looked like it was doing Pig a favour before, just firing flames at him. But now suddenly it's got malicious intent. And then what we can also do to draw a robot version. Again, this is a very lazy way of me doing it. Just draw a line across its body and then put a few little rivets, or like where the screws would be.
So clever.
Equally here, a line, little rivets, and then suddenly it's like a robot version. Oh, and then we can also do a kind of remote control, what do you call it, aerial on the top of its head. Yeah, and now suddenly it's a lot meaner.
That's crazy. That's really so amazing how quickly you can completely change it.
What should we call it? Has anyone got a suggestion for a name?
Jack says Carl.
Carl.
Robo, a Terudder. Helen's called it the Terudder. Ter and then udder. Or the fudder, says Wayne.
Udder. What?
Oh.
What are we? Udder.
Fudder, someone said. Or God, it's going crazy again now. I can't keep up. Jeff, Bob, Mecha Cow 2000, the Udderator.
The Udderator. Let's do that. Udderator. Okay. I like that. Udderator. Am I too high again? Let's go. And then just have some jazzy bits. And Pig's just minding his own business. Pig, it's not alarmed at all. Just getting along with Pig's life, doing what Pig does, firing baked beans at things. And there we go. Thank you, everyone. That's one of the weirdest things I've drawn, and it's all thanks to you guys. So,
should I ping a few up on screen, mate, so you can see what people have been doing?
Yes. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's just do this. There's some nice ones. So here's Briar, aged 8. Look at that.
Oh, that is cool. That's brilliant. Because what we've drawn here is actually quite a complicated drawing. So for people to be copying it so well is it's amazing. I'm astounded.
There's a lovely one.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's so
Keep
good.
posting these up during the day if you want. If you want to go away and work on them. Look at this. We've even got a 3-year-old getting involved, drawing flames. Look at those great flames, mate.
That's amazing. When you're drawing flames, you can have so much fun. You can be so expressive with it. And
so here, we've got 2 here. We've got Sammy's, aged 8. This is Sammy's.
That's really good. That's really good.
And then we've got Rowan, who's 12.
Ah, that is so cool. Oh, I love the eyes as well. The way you've drawn Pig's face too. That's brilliant. Fantastic.
So Neve, age 10, says Mr. Frogbert has declared you all an enemy of Frogtopia.
Uh-oh. We're in trouble now. That's a really cool Frogbert. Oh, wow. That's Lushkin joining in the chat.
And we got the Bunny versus Monkey t-shirt as well. Fantastic. So here's Gideon's. That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that picture. Really... Look at that bottom lip of concentration.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's really cool.
I really like this one. So Harry says it's the best lesson of the week, and he wishes you could teach art at his school.
Yes, or so do I. Except I would just be getting us all to draw farting, which I don't think's on the curriculum.
Elliot's a pretty good. Look at Elliot's here. He's 11.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, love it. Really, really cool.
So many good ones. There's Tom, age 6. 6, and look at that.
That's better than I've been drawing. My job is under threat. That's really good. Really, really good.
So listen, mate, we've got 3 minutes left. Is there anyone else we can draw quickly in 3 minutes?
Well, can someone suggest something? Can someone suggest something I can draw in 3 minutes?
Okay, go. We got someone said Metal Steve, Skunky, Weenie,
Let's
Lucky.
go. What should we do? Lucky's quite a difficult one to draw just in black and white, so I might not draw Lucky.
Yeah, that's fine. You choose.
I'm looking. It's going too fast. I can't. Lord Skull. Someone said Lord Skull. I can draw a very quick Lord Skull. So Megalomaniacs, which is in the Phoenix every week. It's about to start in Phoenix every week. Is a story about all these little aliens that come to Earth, and they try and invade Earth, but they're all idiots and they all blow each other up or hurt each other or what have you. So they have diabolical plans, but they fall apart. So for Lord Skull, again, I have just drawn a circle, and I will do this one quite quickly. Lord Skull has big eyes like this, like the hollow eye sockets of a skull, but he has little whites in the middle. So then we color the surroundings. So normally you would draw the pupil black and the eye white, but Lord Skull has it the other way around. Like this. We are using a lot of ink. Lord Skull's nose is kind of this kind of arrowhead sort of shape between his eyes. You can see that.
Yeah.
And Lord Skull's mouth. Again, I'm going to draw a straight line, but I'm just going to draw little triangles here to show fangs. So 2 fangs sticking down. And then horns. It's got 2 horns. Oh, that one went a bit offline. So there, 2 big horns. Again, these are black, so I will just color that in very, very quickly. And then Lord Skull's body, again, is quite similar to Bunny vs. Monkey. It's quite a similar shape or proportion. So I would say it goes, a bit like that. Lord Skull's collar tends to come up over his head a little bit. Don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then a little circle, like a brooch. What do you call it when you kind of pin a cloak together? A pin. Let's call it a pin. And then just the little line of the cloak, and then a little tail sticking out. And again, I will draw these little emoji pictures.
I really like drawing him. He's great.
And there you have it, Lord Skull. Oh, Lord Skull does have eyebrows. I should have put them in really. I'll do little ones. Normally he has quite big eyebrows, but there, I've just drawn little eyebrows.
Amazing.
So yeah, that's Lord Skull.
He's great.
Good.
Well, listen, just firstly, thank you to everyone, because, honestly, I've never seen a chat move that fast in my life. That was hilarious. And it's been a lot of fun. So thank you very much, Jamie, as well, because that's just been a really lovely way to spend an hour.
Yeah, that went so fast. I can't believe we're at the end. But thank you, everyone, for all your suggestions, and thank you, Phil, for trying to hold it all together. Because someone had to.
It's great fun, mate. Listen, everyone keep safe. I hope the storm's passed where you are, and we'll see you all very soon. Thanks so much, Jamie.
Thank you. Take care, guys.